Abiyoyo, 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 yo-yo, yo-yo, abiyoyo, yo-yo, yo-yo. So the story goes that a long time ago, in this little village in South Africa, there was a little boy who lived with his father. And the little boy had a ukulele, and he loved to play his ukulele. He'd play it everywhere he went. The only problem was he wasn't very good at playing the ukulele. So he would walk up and down the streets of town, playing his ukulele and making a big racket, very just making a lot of noise so that nobody in town could focus. And if that wasn't bad enough, the boy's father was also a magician. He had a magic wand. And he would take his magic wand, and anything he tapped with it, it would disappear. But the boy's father was a bit of a practical joker. He liked to play tricks on people. So he might take his magic wand and tap the back of a chair of somebody who was just about to sit down, and they'd fall flat on their butt. Or maybe two men were at a hard job of work somewhere, sawing a big log in half. Vroom, 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 with one of those great big double saws. And he would tap the saw and zoop, it would disappear, and one of them would fall right down on his face. Or if somebody may be about to take a drink of water out of a glass, he'd tap the glass and zoop, it would run all down their front. Things like that. And so eventually the people of this town decided that they'd had enough of the little boy and his ukulele and the father and his malignant magic wand, and they said, you know what, take your ukulele and take your magic wand and get out of our town. We don't want you here anymore. Go on, get. And so the boy and his father were ostracized. They were made to live far out on the edge of town. But here in this town, they used to tell stories. They used to tell stories about giants. And there was this one story they would tell that frightened the children more than any other. Abiyoyo. They said he was as tall as a house, 2 houses even, and that he ate little children up. Nobody believed it, of course, but they told the stories anyway. But then one day the sun rose blood red over the hill, and they all heard this great big of these rocking footsteps, and it shook the windows and your teeth. And when the townspeople looked out of their windows, they saw Abiyoyo. He was taller than the stories had said, as tall as 2 skyscrapers maybe, stacked on top of one another. His head was so high that it reached up into the clouds until you couldn't see it. But they could see that he had long, scraggly toenails, because he never cut them. And he had long, matted blue fur, because he never washed it. And if they had seen it, they'd know that he would have long, sharp, gross teeth, because he never brushed them. And all the while, Abiyoyo made his way to the center of town. He wandered over to the pig pasture where the pig were. He picked up a whole pig in one hand. Swallowed it down in one bite. He walked over to the sheep pasture, picked up a sheep in his hand. He walked over to the hippopotamus pasture. They had those then. And everyone said in their houses, there's no way that he can eat a whole hippopotamus in one. The hippo was gone. The giant made his way to the center of town. The boy and his father, meanwhile, were still very far out on the other edge of town, and they didn't really know what was going on. They could feel the vibrations, though. And the boy walked to the window and he looked out and he said, "Pa, what is that? What's going on over there?" And his father said, "Oh, son, that's abiyoyo. The stories I told you when you were a child, they were all true. And, if I could only get my magic wand and somehow get up to him and touch him with it, I know I could make this all go away. Everything would be better." And the boy thought very long and very hard. And then he grabbed his ukulele, and he grabbed his father's hand, and he ran, and he ran, and he ran, and he ran, and he ran until he was right there in the center of town, right at the foot of the great big monster. And he craned his neck way up until he watched the way that the thing's shoulders went into the clouds. And then the boy did the unthinkable. He started to sing. Abiyoyo, abiyoyo. Very nervously, of course. Yo-yo, abiyoyo, abiyoyo, yo-yo, yo-yo. Abiyoyo, yo-yo, yo-yo. The giant paused. He'd never heard a song before, much less a song about himself. He liked it. And he started to dance. Big rocking steps. And the boy played faster. Abiyoyo, abiyoyo. The giant danced faster. Abiyoyo, abiyoyo, yo-yo, yo-yo. Abiyoyo, yo-yo, yo-yo. The boy played even faster. Abiyoyo, abiyoyo, danced faster. Abiyoyo, 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 yo-yo, yo-yo, even faster. Abiyoyo, yo-yo, yo-yo, abiyoyo, 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 quite fast. Abiyoyo, abiyoyo, yo-yo, yo-yo, abiyoyo, yo-yo, yo-yo. The giant, exhausted, suddenly fell to the ground. He was fast asleep. And the father walked up with his magic wand. Zoop! Suddenly all the townspeople ran out of their houses and started lifting the boy and his father up on their shoulders and said, "Come on back to town. We don't care. Bring your silly magic wand. Bring your ukulele. We don't care anymore. You've saved us." And everybody sang, "Abiyoyo, abiyoyo, abiyoyo, abiyoyo. Abiyoyo, yo-yo, yo-yo. Abiyoyo, yo-yo, yo-yo." And so, the story goes that even now, anytime that somebody needs a little bit of help going to sleep in that little town, whether it's young boys or old women, they sing that little song. And it works pretty good, too. Abiyoyo, abiyoyo, abiyoyo.